Peace be to you all. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Abdul Malik, physician associate health educator and moderately fit, middle-aged, endurance athlete and family man. So, today I want to continue my talk about work-life balance because I had some people reach out to me on social media and tell me about the challenges in their life and how they wanted to, they thought, they were considering PA versus med school or NP school, that kind of thing. And they were asking me about my work-life balance. And I said, it's not ideal. I'm making more money than I've ever made. I make about $140,000 a year. Trying to be transparent. That's give or take a couple of thousand, depending on how our bonus structure works out. But I say that to you guys because I'm not able to do things that I'd like to do in the way that I'm able to do them. For instance, I consider myself a fairly serious athlete. I placed first in my age group, 50 to 59, in a local marathon a couple of weeks ago. Go Bishop's Marathon. Hey there. Hi. But hello. I'm still recovering from that, and I don't really have time to train like I'd like to train. I'd like to go back to running what I did maybe 20 years ago, I ran a 4:37 marathon, like a 4:30 something. I think I have the potential to run a sub 3-hour marathon, but that takes tremendous amounts of time and training, especially at my age. I need time to recover. I need, I found out the diet that works for me, so I need money for protein drinks and things like that, protein powders. But, that's, I got the money for that, but, the time putting into that type of endeavor. I'd also like to be a writer. I'm applying for a teaching position, and they wanted writing samples, professional writing samples for me. I haven't published anything in years, and that's due to my own laziness, but it's also due to, it takes time to do literature reviews, and, especially if you're doing research, original research, you got to go through IRB approval or exemption, that's Internal Review Board. That takes time. That took me 6 months to get that on the research that I did publish back in 2012 on HIV. It takes time. I want to work on my nonprofit organization. I haven't filed for my 501c3 papers yet. You could do it online, but you got to get a board of directors together. It's a multi-step process. And then the time commitment to raise money for it, apply for grants that you may or may not get, get donations that you may or may not get, have people work for you, hopefully for free, some high school and college students that need, community service hours. But and then, my kids are transitioning into young adulthood, like I said before. They're all about to change. So 22, 20, 18, and 14, I still owe them, some dad time. But, you gotta look at what you want to ultimately do with your life and where you place value upon. If you're a nurse and you're only making $60,000 a year, figure out what you can do with nursing. There's a guy, I think his name is Alpha Wolf. There's another guy, oh gosh, I wish I could remember these guys' names. Nurse Blake, he does stand-up comedy and sketches. There's another guy, I forgot his name also. But they really capitalized on being nurses, you know, and they you know, train people on how to interview, how to, you know, study for the NCLEX. So if you're just doing these extra degrees for money, you know, you may find yourself chagrined once you get those degrees and the certifications and so forth, and the salary that goes with it. But then you're looking at, okay, well, where's my time gone? I got this extra stuff, these extra degrees behind my name, but now I have more accountability. So before maybe I was spending just 8 hours at work. Now I'm spending 12 hours at work. You can work that out to some degree, no pun intended, but you know, it depends on the situation that you're in, guys. You know, one of my supervisors got to meet with CEOs and CFOs and CCOs, all this other stuff. Meetings that I don't have to go to and don't want to go to. So there's an extra level of accountability that goes with that new, you know, with the higher education and that greater level of responsibility. And that will affect, but also affect your work-life balance. You know, there's levels of prestige that you may feel. You know, I like walking down the ward with my long white coat and my stethoscope around my neck, and people are like, "Oh, PA, doctor, thank God you're here. We have this problem. This family wants to see you." Like, I imbue them with my vast medical knowledge, quote unquote. Sometimes I'd rather be out here, you know, in the wilderness and nature. You know, when I was a kid, I really, really wanted to be a scientist. You know, they call it a natural scientist, where you're out in the woods and you're charting the various flora and fauna, and then you're doing stuff like Dr. David, Sir David Attenborough, just going around the world documenting nature, man. That's, wow. And hopefully if I live long enough past retirement, I'm gonna do some of that. But look at it, you know, retirement. I'm 53 years old, so retirement for me is a very short, almost 54, so 13 years from now. You know, how many people retire, you know, and then they give you, you know, a cake, happy retirement cake that you can't eat because you got diabetes. It's some greasy, meaty meal that you can't eat because you got hypertension and hyperlipidemia and coronary artery disease. Thanks for the meals, guys, because I can't eat any of it. Then a watch, you know. But, yeah, and then they die. Some of my friends, my older friends, retired. They've died within a year or two of being retired. So, guy, wait to do heavy. You gotta think about what it is you want to do and what quality of life you want, guys. You know, only you can determine that. You know, if it's your goal to be a doctor, you gotta invest the hundreds of thousands of dollars and decade and a half of life that it takes to do that, to come out and have some jerk tell you, "Oh, well, you know, you're only a junior attending." So then you gotta become an experienced attending, you know, or a PA like me, you know, to have somebody tell you, "Oh, you're just the PA," you know. So if your pride is caught up in that, into your degrees and you know, we live in a hierarchical society. It's based on capitalism. You know, where you live, your zip code, your car, what kind of car you drive, what kind of clothes you wear. If that's your thing, then go for that. I will tell you this, doctors aren't making that much anymore. I mean, And I'll hear the outliers. I got a friend making $500,000 a year as a orthopedic surgeon or whatever. My wife and I were watching hip-hop jewelry last night. It's a short documentary on the jewelry of the hip-hop artists. These guys are flashing Rolex. I got my Rolex, my diamond encrusted Rolex collection. This the cheap joint. This joint only costs $100,000, or some, in what in my opinion is a gaudy medallion for $500,000. You know, some rings for $250,000. These cost people's tuitions. My God, but that's their thing. But if you really want to make a lot of money, try the rap game. If you're a young person in particular, in 15 years, you'll at least be a barely there millionaire. Get some street creds. You know, those guys, Kanye West, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, they're in the billionaires club now. They're not doctors. You know, so you gotta look at what you want to do with your life and determine what kind of work-life quality you want. I hope this is helpful to some of you guys. Whew. Okay, that's it for now. I wish you guys the best of success in your positive endeavors. Tonight, Lord willing, inshallah, I'm going to do a video on PA school applications versus med school applications. I've done both. I worked in medical school administration and PA administration. I'm a PA, obviously. I also applied to medical school many years ago and applied again more recently because I'm crazy. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. If I don't see any of you guys or talk to any of you all before 2002, I wish you guys a happy 2022 on the Gregorian calendar. Take care. Peace.